I'm Manish, and I study Masters in International Relations at the University of Bremen in Germany. I'm living since 3 years almost. I come from India, from Kolkata. And apart from being a student, I'm also a youth worker in Jahren. As a youth worker, I volunteer with the NGO in Germany, and we mostly work with young people in Erasmus Plus projects. We organize trainings and workshops with them. Personally, I'm a nonviolent communication trainer. I also work with anti-discrimination training and racism training, anti-racism training. It's somewhere between informal education and formal education. We mostly use different games, different role playing, and group discussions, like discussion in small groups about the themes that we would like to speak about. Our method is to make it interactive, as much interactive as possible, so that people have fun, but at the same time they learn something. When I arrived, I think in 2 or 3 months, I got this student assistant job at the Uni Bremen. I used to work at the global dynamics of health policy, so at a project under Uni Bremen. And then I was also a teaching assistant at Jacobs University. Now it's known as Construct University. It's in Bremen North. And I was there a teaching assistant, and then I also worked at Primark for a bit in Hamburg, and then I also worked at a restaurant at KFC. I also worked. I had experience both in academic field and also in other kinds of field. I guess that you need to be really disciplined in some sense, because you have this academic life that you need to take care of and complete your assignments, get the marks, write papers, and also doing a job that has a physical toll on yourself. So you have to be really go to sleep at the same time, go wake up at the same time. So you have to be very self-disciplined in a way to manage that. Otherwise, things can fall apart very soon. In academics, I would say there was no fear. I would say more I wanted to study German. I wanted to know the language, and my only fear was that how much fast I can learn the language in some sense. And then when I came to Bremen, I got in a school. I just enrolled after I came here, and yeah, that helped me to learn the language better. So I think my fear was resolved in that way by learning the language. I could understand more of the society, what goes on around me. I think it's same for every society that you live in. If you know the society better, it makes it more comfortable to live. I think mostly in my field, I guess that one of the first thing is that you need German language competencies, at least a very basic level you need. After that, I would guess you need to know some bureaucracy, how does this whole thing work, what is the whole process, because you are not used to it, and so you need to put in some extra effort, extra research to know. Actually, my first work in Germany was actually at the Uni Bremen. So yeah, I got to know all this, that okay, you need to fulfill some hours and need to give them back to get the money and all this bureaucratic stuff, I guess. But I would guess I think I am one of the lucky ones because I really got the job. I came and I got the job at the uni. Yeah, people have much harder times, I guess, in finding a job and financing their studies. I had a feeling that if you want to work in the NGO sector, if you want to work in the non-profit sector, you have to have some connections. And this kind of connections can only happen when you like in things like volunteering for a local NGO or an organization, using your free time to know more people, doing this kind of like whatever you're interested in. If you're interested in human rights, you join an NGO regarding that. If you are interested in animal rights, join an NGO in that. If you are interested in environmental rights, so you join, and then you know more people, and then you actually meet people who have made their life working around those kind of rights. Like if you're a person who is interested in social justice, for example, what they're looking for, the organizations, they're looking for experience, they're looking for work history, that how much you're passionate about this particular thing. And yeah, also your knowledge, your academic background, like what can you bring into the organization. So this kind of things. In India, I was also very active as a volunteer. So I think I transitioned that into Germany, and I really found a good NGO to do that. So it's really nice.